Welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Dave, where today I find myself once again at Tesla in Mt Kisco. These guys are rocking it. Yesterday it was raining, and I heard they delivered over 100 cars. Today, it's not raining. It's absolutely beautiful. 82 degrees, low humidity, and it is sunny as can be. And there are a lot of Teslas here. The question is, which one am I getting today? I'm so excited. It's collection day. Let's get into it. Well, here it is. It is the base rear-wheel drive Model 3. This is the one with the LFP pack where you can charge it up to 100% without worrying about hurting the battery. This is the cheapest Tesla that you can buy right now, $38,990 plus $1,390 plus $250. And if you order one between June 6th and June 16th, today is June 15th, you are eligible to get 1.99% financing for 36 months and 2.99 up to 60 months. So you don't get the $7,500 federal tax credit on this vehicle because it has the Chinese battery pack. However, you do get, at least I do, because I'm resident of Connecticut, this vehicle does qualify for the $2,250 cheaper state right off the hood discount, as long as the car is under $50,000 MSRP. So it's looking good. I just did a quick once over of the vehicle. Not super clean, if I'm honest. It's quite dirty, but we had some rain last night, so I'll give these guys a little bit of a break. I know they delivered over 100 cars yesterday, and they're doing about 60 today. So, but you know, I mean, that's not really an excuse, but I'll wash it myself, I guess. I mean, if this were a Mercedes dealership, you know, this is Tesla, right? I mean, sometimes, should you let things slide like that? Probably not, but they're super busy here. They seem to have a decent amount of staff compared to other times I've been here. So maybe Tesla's firing up some of the additional personnel that they need to. But this vehicle is in stealth gray with the black interior. It has the 18-inch wheels, 272 miles of EPA rated range. And you know, why didn't I get the performance? The honest truth is, after coming out of the Plaid and the X, I just don't need that extra speed. I just really need a station car. And like I said, the Connor family, what we're doing is a reallocation of assets, and there'll be something coming later this year that I think once you see the full changeover, it'll make some sense. What I really need is a good, reliable station car that has dog mode, that has the Tesla app. And boy, I'll tell you what, when the first time I drove this car, I was very impressed with it. I really like the interior. As an example, this cloth that's in here, although it's cloth, I really like it. As a matter of fact, I like it even better than the whatever that Alcantara is on the long range, and also the performance with the black interior. I would have liked to have gotten the white interior, but there doesn't seem to be any of these rear-wheel drive or even long ranges showing up with the white interior. Plus, they're getting $2,000 for the interior right now, whereas on the performance, it's actually included.
Just a quick note from me, Out of Spec Dave, to you. If you qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit, both the Performance Model 3 and as of the editing of this video today, 6/17, now the long range both qualify for that tax credit. Smoking hot deals in both of them. But if you don't qualify, the rear wheel drive might make the most sense for you from a cost savings point of view. You really have to think about, do you really want to get the faster car? I mean, the rear wheel drive Model 3 is fantastic. The LFP battery pack, you can charge it to 100%. The fact is, drive it. Even though it says 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds, to me, the thing feels pretty damn quick. So if you consider leasing as an option, the rear-wheel drive does qualify through the loophole for the $7,500 federal tax credit. So be sure to check that out. Just make sure you're willing to hold on to the car. With Tesla, two things about leasing. They do a 2-year or a 3-year lease, but at the end of the lease, you can't buy the car. You got to give it back to them. And maybe that's exactly what you want to do, but just look at the facts. Check out some of the videos I've made on leasing. It's not for me. It might be for you. The way I change cars so often, it's just not an option. And the tax credit in my case, it's just not applicable.
So here's a white performance over here that, yeah, I wish I was getting it, but you know what? I don't really need it. The white seats are just incredible. The sport seats that are in here, this is the first time I'm actually seeing a white performance. I personally would have gotten the stealth gray with the white seats, but boy, this looks really sweet, really nice. It's got the carbon fiber spoiler. You got the badge on the back. It's just a little bit too much car for what I need. And the seats, although I fit quite well in them, the seats in the base car, they're actually a little more comfortable. I'm a little wide. So, but it's an exciting day. They're backed up here at Tesla. There's tons of people here. When you first arrive to take delivery, they have you scan a little code, and then you get on a list. I was an 11:30 delivery, and I came a little bit late. But so I'm just waiting. I'm in no rush. It's a beautiful day, and I'm surrounded by Teslas. So this is fun, for me at least. You know, Joe just came over to me. He's one of the guys that does the deliveries here and, you know, cleans up the cars. He's like, hey, Dave, I'm sorry, this is a little dirty, you know, and he's going to actually wipe it down for me. That's nice. I like that. That's above and beyond. I mean, it rained last night. They're moving a lot of cars, and there's nothing that I see on the vehicle, at least initially. It looks really clean, so I'm pleased with that. I finally got the paperwork. Really good to be able to evaluate that. Now I'm going to go and check out all the paperwork and make sure the numbers are right and do all that. But yeah, so, you know, it's Joe's just taking a quick soft cloth to it, wiping it down, some of the little dirt spots that are on there. No big deal. And then I'll check out the paperwork, and then we'll go do the trade on the X, get my stuff out of the X, and then we'll drive the new Model 3 rear-wheel drive home.
All right, so here I am sitting in my brand new Model 3 rear-wheel drive, and this has been sort of a little bit of a behind-the-scenes roller coaster. I ordered a Model 3 Performance back on May 15th, and I really thought I was going to want the Model 3 Performance, and I went and saw it, and I love it, but after sitting in it and realizing what is my real use case, and I slept on this, and I figured I don't need to overbuy, and I drove the rear wheel drive just to check it out, and the honest truth is it feels great to me. And even though you get $7,500 off on the Performance, and I wouldn't get the $2,250 cheaper, but the $7,500 that comes off the hood makes that vehicle call it fully loaded with a stealth gray with white interior, or with the white seats, because you can choose either white seats or black seats in the Performance for no additional charge. It just comes under the $55,000 federal tax credit limit at $54,990, and then you pay $13,990 and $250, so it ends up being around $56,630, I think is the number, less $7,500. And because I'm trading in my Model X today, and they're giving me a very healthy number, I was really excited about that car. And what was interesting was I don't know, a few months ago, I put in just to see what Tesla would give me for my Model X, and it was a really bad number. I mean, I don't even want to say how low it was. And then after I started thinking about it, and Kathy and I with this reallocation of cars, I said, let me see what they'll give me the next time. And so I went back, and they gave me like $5,000 more for my X. And I figured with the tax savings that I would have, not having to pay sales tax in the state of Connecticut, sales tax on any car over $50,000, I believe, over $50,000 is a full 7.75%. I was really getting very close to retail money for my X. And so I was excited about that. And so I ordered the Model 3 Performance. And then what ended up happening was I had a delivery date of June 16th through June 30th. And then just the other day, they faded on me till September on the Model 3 Performance. And what that tells me is there's super strong demand. And it got me just thinking, Dave, do you really need it? Because my biggest concern was I don't want to go out there and try and privately sell a Model X Plaid for, $85,000 when, they're going for close to that, or, $82,000 or somewhere in there, when I can get very close to that number on a trade-in, because Tesla offered me big money for my X. So I didn't want to lose that value. And so I did some hard thinking, and I said, you know what? I had two of these rear-wheel drive Model 3s with the LFP battery pack last year, and I played around with them. They were fun toys and all that, and I kept thinking about that car. I just feel like I fit so well. Like I was mentioning in the video previous to this, when my last drive in the Model X, just my arm fits perfectly. My left arm on the armrest, and then up above as well. And this car just ergonomically is so perfect. And for what I need, it's all I need. And so, I said, I don't want to risk waiting till September, keeping my X through the summer, and then that thing fading by $4,000 or $5,000 in value. And so I decided to pull the trigger on the rear wheel drive. It's an economic, sound choice to make, especially when they threw the $299 financing out. Now, interesting story about the $299 financing. So I wanted to put down quite a bit of money. I have a lot of equity in the X. I do have a loan on the X, which they will pay off. But because I ordered the Model 3 Performance on May 15th, and when I decided the other night, when I switched over to the Model 3 rear-wheel drive, I thought I would get the $299 financing. But the problem was that you have to order the car in order to get the $299 financing on the Model 3. It's $199 for 36 months and $299 for, I guess, 48 or 60 months. you have to have ordered the car between June 6th and June 16th. Now here it is June 15th. And so I kept trying to go back and forth with Tesla. I kept calling them this week. One night I actually drove up here and talked to them because I couldn't get through, and they were super helpful once I got here. But I mean, they're delivering over 100 cars here in one day, unlimited staff. And the Tesla text thing, they say, oh, text and, you know, or call us or text. I just couldn't get through. Finally, yesterday, I got through to someone here at Mt Kisco. They picked up the phone at 9 a.m. and said, look, I don't know why I'm not getting the 299 financing. And they said, oh, that's because you ordered the car technically on May 15th. So if you want the 299 financing, what you need to do is put another order in for another $250, and then you'll get the 299 financing, assuming you're approved for it. And so, are you kidding me? I mean, you know, that's just so Tesla, right? So, but that's the game. So what I did was I put another order in, and I had to then put another value, a request for my trade-in value. Now I'm like, oh man, are they gonna fade on me on the trade-in value? And if they were, or if I wasn't approved for the 299 financing, because I've seen a lot of people get declined, like with the Model Ys last month when they were at 0.99% financing. I heard a lot of people were getting denied, but I have really good credit. And I was like, I can't think why I wouldn't get approved for it. But if I didn't get approved, I was like, oh, then I'll just go for the performance. But I ended up getting approved. And one of the guys here at Mt Kisco, John, thank you, he made sure that the value of my Model X did not fade, and he transferred it over because the value of my Model X trade was good until June 30th. So I don't think there were any shenanigans going on there, but you run the risk if you play with the big machine that, you know, maybe they would have come in and given me $3-4 grand less for the Model X, because you just never know with Tesla. So economically, this makes a lot of sense, you know, and it's really a great car. So I'm excited to be back in the Model 3, especially the refresh. I'm going to be making a lot of content on this. I'm hoping that a lot of you will find value in my little commuter car. To me, this is a special rig, and I'm definitely gonna enjoy this. And I feel just back at home in the Model 3. So for now, we're gonna run the Model 3. We're gonna run the Model Y down in Florida. I still have the Volt because Kathy will be coming back after we're celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary this year, and at the end of this month we're going to be going overseas on a cruise. When she comes back, she'll need a car for a couple days, and then as soon as she goes back to Florida, the Volt will be sold. It's already sold to a viewer, and that's a great little car. And then I'll just run the Model 3 for the summer, and then at the end of the summer we'll drive the Model Y back. And then something interesting is going to be happening between now and the end of the year. That's all I'll leave you with. But interesting story here. They're working hard here at Tesla Mt Kisco. At least it's not raining, and it's 82 degrees and low humidity and a nice breeze. So I'm going to finish up this deal. I've got to go and do a couple things with the Model X in terms of resetting it. I'll show you what I do in order to make sure all my data gets wiped off there. I want to go over the numbers. They're not pushing me out fast. I don't really need anyone to go over the car with me, although they would if I wanted them to. I sort of know this car pretty well. So let's continue on with this delivery. But so far, it looks good. I like what I see.
All right, so I've checked out all the paperwork, and what I need to do now is go over to my Model X and make sure I get everything out of that. One of the things when you do swap your Teslas, you need to make sure that you do a factory reset on your vehicle. And that way all of your personal data will get removed from the car. In addition to that, what I also like to do is I also like to remove all of the clips that are on the Sentry mode, if you will, the little USB device that's in the glove compartment. I do like to leave those things in there for the next owner. And I do have the really nice all-weather mats for the Model X that I'm going to leave in there as well. I mean, maybe that's stupid, but you know what? I got those off referral from all of you for watching my videos. So, and actually buying Teslas through my referral code before, you know, that plan went out. So I'll pay it forward. Whoever gets it the next time, whoever buys my vehicle, they'll actually, they'll be happy that they have the all-weather mats. So I feel good about doing that. So yeah, I mean, it was crazy here earlier. So the Model X is over there. I'm gonna go get everything out of it, and then we'll finish up this transaction and then give you a quick taste of the first drive in the new Model 3 LFP rear-wheel drive. I'm psyched. All right, so the question is, what do you do when you get rid of your Tesla? Well, the first thing I like to do is to open the glove box, and inside the glove box, you'll notice that there's a USB drive. You see that right there with the T? And what I like to do is reformat that. And where you do that is you go over to Safety, and right over here, Format USB Drive. And it says, are you sure you want to reformat that? And the answer is yes, I do. It says formatting right here for the dash cam. And that way, everything that is on that, see, success. And I'm actually going to delete the dash cam clips just to be doubly sure. No one wants to see all of my dash cam clips. I mean, if you format it, they're gone, but I'll just do that as a double duty. All right, Plattington, it's time to reset, put ourselves to a factory reset. And I'm going to show you all how to do that. So yeah, 12,206 miles on this vehicle. I think, Kyle put a healthy amount of those miles on this vehicle. It's been all over the country, and I'm happy about that. I shipped it out there in, I guess it was early December, and then Kathy and I drove it back, and we had an amazing road trip with that. Been a great time with this, but it's time to do the factory reset. All right, just one more view of that rear camera, that rear view. Look at the size of that thing. Oh man, I will miss that. And this screen, I will miss that again. But anyway, let me put it in park. All right, so we're a little bit baffled here on how to do the factory reset on this Model X. Joe just came out, who actually does this all the time. And he says, all you got to do is go into software and you'll have factory reset. And it's grayed out. And then I did see a YouTube video where it says you have to go into service mode, but then from service mode, there is a menu called actions, and I don't see the menu. He didn't see it either, so he just went in to grab one of the techs. They, Tesla's always changing the software, and maybe they've got this locked down because people are playing around with things and maybe inadvertently doing a factory reset when perhaps they shouldn't. So we'll see what happens here. I was able to confirm that the MyQ garage door home link information will be wiped out when we do the factory reset, but I'm not leaving here until the factory reset's done, because all my data is on here, waypoints and all my contacts. So I definitely don't want to leave here until that's done. And I also want to learn how to do it. I don't know about you guys, but in the past, I have bought cars where people did not do these factory resets, and I see everything. I see where they live. I see, all kinds of crazy stuff. And if you've got the home link and you got someone's address, you could drive by their house and open their garage door. So just be careful with this stuff. Take it seriously. I would never do that, of course. But not everybody is maybe super honest, right? So make sure you do your factory reset. I'm just going to wait for Joe, and hopefully he'll bring one of the techs over that knows how to do this. One thing I just noticed here is that my tire pressure is not on. It says recommended 45, 45, and yet I've got 43, 41, 40. Shame on me. Oh man. And I've even got that little portable air compressor thingy, magig, whatever, and I should use it. Well, it's too late now. But if you buy Plattington, make sure you get 45 in your tires. Well, would you looky here? Looks like I just lost FSD. Maybe Joe got the tech in the back. He's doing a reset or something. But no more FSD for the Model X. Oh well. All right, so Joe just got back from talking to the tech, and they actually did have to go into the background. It seems like Tesla has a new policy where they don't want people to inadvertently do the factory reset. So only techs can do it after they've gone into the software settings and changed something. So they did that now.
And if I go to software, I'm sorry, service now, you will see that the factory reset option is there. So you don't have to go into the service menu, like perhaps that was the workaround. They've taken that away as well. So they've locked this down recently, which I think is interesting. And now I can do the factory reset. So I'm going to sign in with my Tesla account, and then I'll go ahead and do the reset. Hold on one second. All right, so I'm actually failing on this factory reset, and I'm going to trust that the techs will do it. The car, for whatever reason, they've already taken this car off of my account. So when I try to do the factory reset, it asks you to put in your link, your factory, your Tesla account, your user ID and password, which I'm putting in, but they've already revoked that inside off of my Tesla account. So I'm unable to do that. But the factory or the tech, he said he'll just take care of it inside, and I trust these guys. But anyway, that's what happens. You have to actually most likely let them do it, which is fine. And I guess I'm done here. I'm just going to grab all my things out of here, and we're out of here. All right, so I've gotten everything out of my car, and I think it's time to say goodbye to the Model X. We're going to have to take the license plate off. Now, what's interesting is here in Mt Kisco, they're going to have to give me a New York State in-transit temporary plate, but it will transfer my existing registration from the X with the out-of-spec Dave license plate, but I'll have to drive with the in-transit plate for the next, whatever it is, 30 days. I'll probably put the out-of-spec Dave plate on there as well and leave the in-transit plate on the car. I don't know, if I get ticketed for that, worse things could happen in life, right? But yeah, so look, just my last words for Plattington. I've enjoyed you very much, and I'm hoping that the next owner, if you end up getting, I'll put the VIN number of this car, if you end up being an owner of this and you're a viewer of the channel, I'd love to watch the delivery of Plattington to you and keep the legacy of the name of this car. Because a lot of love went into figuring out the name of that car. Paddington, he will find a spot in the new Model 3, the LFP, and he'll be sitting in the back seat traveling along with me. I got to think of a name for this Model 3. The Paddington name was pretty clever. I'm not sure what to call the new one, but we'll figure it out. So anyway, I'm going to go in, I'm going to give the paperwork to them, make sure that the money looks good, and then we'll get on our way to a quick first drive. All right, everybody. So listen, this is my new buddy, John. Actually, we've known each other for a while, Mt Kisco Tesla, taking care of me and all the other people here. So John, on behalf of me and everyone else here taking delivery of their Teslas today, I just want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know you guys are busting your humps and you're doing lots and lots of deliveries. So what are your thoughts?
Hey, if anybody wants to come and pick up a Tesla, make sure you're coming down to Mt Kisco. We'll make sure
Oh,
it's
yeah.
right.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have the best salesman delivery team here. So
There you
just
go.
let us know. We're looking forward to seeing you.
You know what? I agree with you. So, John, thanks again. Appreciate it. All right. So you joined me in the Model 3, and this will be my first drive. One interesting thing, after you accept, this is kind of a new thing, but after you accept all the paperwork on the app, to actually pair your phone with the car, you used to have to use the key cards in order to do that. And they've actually made a change now. You don't need to do that. Somehow they've made it smarter. One less thing to do. You just go ahead and say pair, and it works out perfectly. So let me go ahead and fire up the GoPro. We'll put the music on pause. We'll go into drive, and this will be my first drive in the new Model 3 rear-wheel drive. So far, so good. Except the GoPro died. Here, we'll start that up again. All right, so here we go. I have a feeling the GoPro may be overheated. It's 84 degrees out, 86 out right now. Yeah, it's probably overheating. So we don't need the GoPro for this. We'll just talk, you and I. So, you know, tradition, whenever I pick up Teslas in Mt Kisco, is I always go to the diner down the road to grab a bite to eat, which I'm going to do today. So let me do that. But yeah, I mean, look, it's this is such a nice, refined piece of equipment, and I've got my blinkers, no stalks, which I like and I'm used to from the Model X. And over the bumps, it's actually super quiet. Very little road noise. I haven't driven it very far at all, maybe 600 feet. And I don't hear any rattles. I mean, obviously it's real early to tell, but so far it's doing well. I didn't see any panel gap issues. I'm not big on that. I mean, I looked it over, it looked good. And yeah, but feels good. So that's a wrap, I guess, for us. There'll be lots more content to come with this car. And I'm psyched that I can bring you some content about the cheapest Model 3 that's available, the Tesla Model 3 LFP rear-wheel drive. So thanks again for watching another episode of Out of Spec Dave. We'll catch you on the next one. I appreciate all of your support and subscribing to the channel, watching the content. I'm having fun, and hopefully you're having fun with me as well. Take care now. Bye-bye.